Sir, namaskar.
Yes, please. Namaskar, sir. Namaskar.
How was the budget? Everybody in the capital market is saying, अरे ये क्या हो गया? Tax बढ़ा दिया, STT बढ़ा दिया, duration बढ़ा दिया.
इससे ज़्यादा हो सकता था, बढ़ सकता था.
So you think this is something? पहले we'll talk about budget and then I'll come. So first, let's talk about budget and then I'll get into specific of changes of taxation. Do you think this budget in a sense is a budget which in a sense ticks all the boxes? Commitment towards fiscal deficit, reasonable assumptions, focus on expenditure continues, and there is a real push towards fixing the slowdown areas like rural development, jobs and other problem areas?
Broadly speaking, I think in a way budget is a kind of a balance sheet and profit and loss account for a government, right? So they have to raise resources and they have to spend the resources and they have to also spend on the capital expenditure and have some for the normal expenditure. That's how I would put it. That in some ways this budget is a single focus budget, broadly speaking, on a job creation. That the entire focus of this budget, I would say 70-80% of the focus is on job creation by having the large companies create that 1 crore jobs by giving internships. Even small companies would be able to create jobs by having young people joining them first time, and then government ends up paying first salary and then some provident funds and all. And similarly for the entrepreneurs also, if you want to become entrepreneurs, you get a Mudra loan up to 20 lakhs. And there are many such framework which basically is trying to create a job related framework. And there has been criticism over last few months about the job creation stalling or sort of reducing. So this budget has actually focused more on that and without losing out on the fiscal consolidation, at the same time in keeping the expenditure same on the infrastructure development, which will give us a long-term sort of fillip to the job creation as well as industrialization of the country, reduce the logistics cost and other things. So overall, for me, because it has found out the focus and tried to create solution for that, I think in some ways, without even tinkering with taxes too much, for me, this is a great budget.
Chauhan Saab, now let's talk about something which perhaps you'll have to explain a bit further to our viewers. Today, everybody in the morning said if long-term taxation structure is changed, if there is a change in short-term taxation structure, markets will fall apart and we could be in for a big correction. But the grain of the truth here is that there was a knee-jerk reaction and markets have recovered after that. So do you think today's budget and the change in taxation structure will be forgotten and it is time to move on?
Yeah, why these things happen is because people had expected, and especially experts had expected, much larger increase in the short-term capital gains and long-term capital gains tax. Because there has been a movement to actually create simplified taxation where you put everything as a part of the income and then charge them on the slab basis rather than keeping separate short-term gains or separate capital gain tax and stuff like that. And that's where most experts, even direct tax code also talked about it. So broadly speaking, that is the movement towards simplifying and rationalizing the tax structure on the direct tax side. Well, as what
we'll have to interject there.
Right. So that was the conversation. That was the speech coming in from Prime Minister Modi. Mr. Ashish Chauhan is also in conversation. Mr. Chauhan, just wanted to ask you, from the development of capital market point of view, last few large cuts in the markets have been bought, and today also as we speak, market is almost breaking into the green. Does it tell about the maturity of the investor a lot, and you think that the momentum of new investors coming into the market will be undeterred by what has happened today on the taxes front?
Broadly speaking, yeah, there has been a secular trend why Indian markets have been so buoyant that in last 4 years we have added literally 7.5 crore new unique investors. NSE had around 2.5 crore investors in March 2020. Today it's close to 10 crore, right? So effectively almost 20% of the Indian households now invest directly into the stock markets, and that's telling you that there is enough and more money that is coming in, and when an entire economy gets prosperous, it starts saving a much larger amount of its income compared to when it was poor, and that's what has happened in last 10 years. And that money earlier would have gone into the gold or real estate. Today it is going into the stock market because Indian entrepreneurs also have come up to the task, and they have actually ensured that the profitable companies are able to come up to the markets, raise funds, and also share that wealth with other investors. And that has created that confidence over last 25, 30 years that the number of investors probably from 20 lakhs have now gone up to 10 crores. And that is, I think, the strength of India, which is becoming middle class. It's investing into the markets, and that minor tax changes is basically on the profits you get, right? So as far as the economy is going to grow, create jobs, you're going to have more and more people coming into the job market, saving more, and then investing into the markets. That's going to be the virtuous cycle going forward. And that's how I see that there is a what I call a trend, a super trend that is going to be there for next 30, 40 years.
Chauhan Saab, really appreciate your time. Thank you for joining us.
If you like this video, then like, share and subscribe to ET Now.